What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here, back here with another update. Obviously not Simeon with me, but Slav all the way from sunny Spain, enjoying his holiday.
Hello.
You enjoying it out there, Slav?
Oh, I'm loving it, mate. I don't think I'm coming home. After watching them win that cup yesterday, I think I might stay a while.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you, mate.
I
wouldn't blame you.
I'm going to start We Are Malaga TV and go from there.
Been a couple of updates to talk about. Let's talk about Serge Aurier first. Obviously, Di Marzio and Fabrizio Romano coming out and saying he is at the top of AC Milan's transfer target list, and talks have already started with AC Milan and Tottenham to offload Serge Aurier. So what are you kind of making out of it?
I think it's music to everyone's ears. No, I think if he's going to go, we've got to get 2 replacements in. You can't have one. It looks like Walker Peters is off as well. You need 2 right backs in the squad. As simple as that. And I think if we can get 2 right backs in and get rid of Aurier and Walker Peters, I think that would be a successful summer. I think the fee that they mentioned was somewhere between 12 and 15 million euros, which I think is pennies, for what is essentially an international right back with a lot of pedigree.
International captain.
Yeah, and he is all right. He's not as bad as we all say he is. Bittersweet, that one.
Do you not think Aurier should be staying and fighting for his place? Because I think he's not the worst right back in the world. Obviously, he's not the best right back in the world, but you would want to bring one in to kind of compete with him. Yeah.
What I do think about Aurier is when we had Trippier and they were sort of fighting for their places, when Aurier did play, I thought he was better. We always used to. There was a time where we used to say Aurier was better than Trippier. Yeah. So maybe a bit of competition might help, but it looks like he's on his way out. I think they need to sell David what's his last name? Calabria or something.
Yeah.
They need to get rid of a couple of their right backs for the deal to go through. But yeah.
And obviously, if we do sell Aurier, like you said, we need 2 right backs in. Can you realistically see that happening?
Can I see that happening? No.
Me neither. That's the point. Like, why should we sell Serge Aurier? It's just like selling Carl Walker and selling Trippier.
You need 2 right backs. We've seen it this season. You have to have 2 right backs. What if in the first game of the season we sign a new right back and he gets injured for 6 weeks?
Exactly.
What are we going to do then? Tanganga right back?
And who realistically are we going to get in though? Because the only right back I can see us linked with is Max Aarons at the moment.
I think we were linked with the Atalanta right back, Timothy.
Yeah, Castagne.
Who is really, really good and very versatile. I don't know, there's Nelson Semedo, Denzel Dumfries. I think we'd all take anyone at this rate. So.
Well, let's see what happens with that one. I'm sure we'll bring you the latest news as it breaks. So moving on to some done deals, or one done deal. Troy Parrott, following in the footsteps of the great Harry Kane. Obviously, Teddy Sheringham started at Millwall. He's gone to Millwall on a season-long loan deal. Do you see that one panning out well for him?
Yeah. I think it's a really good move. I think it's a good step and a good approach taken by the club. Troy Parrott, I think he will bag goals there. Gary Rowett's in charge. I think he's in London, can keep an eye on him. And I think he'll do really well there. I think they'll have a good season. Millwall, it's a good club. Great fans. And I think it will turn Troy Parrott into even more of a nutcase. But I think it'll be a really good loan move, and I think he'll score goals.
Depends what you define by great fans at the end of the day. But I think Troy Parrott, passionate fans, is definitely one of them. But look, I think it's a great deal for him. I really hope he gets he starts. You know, if he starts, I reckon he'll get goals. But I hope he gets some minutes there. But let's move. Yeah, you would like to think so, especially in a championship. But look, we got to talk about it. Arsenal winning the FA Cup yesterday.
Thanks.
I don't want to talk about the actual game, but them winning the cup makes sure that we play 3 Europa League knockout qualifying, which starts September the 17th, which are 3 rounds of knockout games, 1 leg. The draw will be just before in the early September. Have you seen the list of names that we could be playing?
Yeah.
I'm going to read out a few names there because I literally have
Go
not
on.
heard of any of them. There's Kessler FK, Torshavan,
Oh, good
Neflehi
side.
Baku,
Good
Kazar
side.
Kuzaloda. I can't even pronounce half of these. Half a Jar, Santa Colma.
Well, honestly, it's going to be like watching a friendly.
Yeah, but you know, it's actually important games because it's one leg. We're going to have to play a strong team. It's during like the start of the season as well. So we're going to have to straight from the off 2 games a week.
I don't know about playing a strong team if we get Barry Town FC.
Who will play though? What kind of players?
I'd honestly give you a go out there. Barry Town FC, I don't think we need to play a strong team personally.
Yeah, but when you say not a strong team, who's going to play? You play the Harvey Whites?
Yeah. Harvey White, Dennis Serkin, even give the third choice goalkeeper a game.
A lot of people are talking about these games having a disruptive element in our season, but do you kind of push back on that, saying we're going to play the kind of Harvey Whites, Dennis Serkins, and these kind of players?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it before. It will give the young players a chance to have their opportunities. The fringe players will get an opportunity to shine and play well. And again, at the end of the day, it's another way into the Champions League, albeit a long way, and a trophy at the end of it.
Yeah.
And Jose's got good pedigree in it. I think if we can get the luck of the draws in terms of some easier teams along the way, I think it could be suited to us this season.
You look at the way Man United won it that year.
Exactly, and it will be between, I think, us and Arsenal to win it next year. It's a bit annoying we have to do the qualifiers. I think that was the main thing about yesterday, really, when they won the cup, is the fact that we've now got to go through the qualifiers. They won the cup in 2017, and they acted like they were going to push on from that, and they've gone even more in decline. So I'm not really fussed that they won it yesterday.
I'm not really fussed they won the cup, but the main point of it is that we have to play these qualifying games, which is a bit annoying. But if we do use it as a test to like kind of bring in the youth, then maybe it won't be too bad.
Yeah, it's just really disappointing. It's really deflating. I think all the all the excitement going into next season sort of drops a bit, knowing that we have to go and play, essentially, with no disrespect, Barry Town FC, and play teams like that.
After being in a Champions League final.
Exactly. It's really disappointing. You and I, we've had some great trips abroad, and now they're going to be very far away.
Yeah, it's a bit of luck that they're going to be behind closed doors, these qualifiers. Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be going out to wherever we'd be going. You know what I mean? Like these places in the middle of fuck nowhere. But look,
I don't think. Yeah,
go on.
Like you said, I think going into the season, I think we have all the tools to be a good side. If we can get some signings in, obviously Højbjerg is almost done. If we can get a few right backs in. Look, I also think with Troy Parrott going, surely that means we get a backup striker in.
Yeah.
You'd like to think anyway.
I would like to see a Callum Wilson come in.
Yeah. I think he'd be a great buy. English, knows the league, goal scorer, good player.
I think he'd be perfect for what we need. And he's a bit of a different style to Harry Kane as well, so can offer something different.
Exactly. Can run in behind as well, got a bit of pace.
Yeah.
So I think Callum Wilson would be perfect. But they're asking for 20 million for a 30 injury-prone striker.
Yeah, you'll probably get them down at the end. You know, Dr. Daniel Levy at your service,
Mr. Negotiator.
Yeah, but look, let's end off. I want to talk about the Pochettino comments. I'll just read out a couple of the quotes, and then we can have a little bit of a discussion. First of all, he spoke about turning down Real Madrid when he signed his last contract at Tottenham, which, you know. Is that such a big thing, though, turning down Real Madrid at that stage when Tottenham looked like they could go places?
Yes and no. At the end of the day, Real Madrid is Real Madrid. And there's nothing you can do to take that away. They are the biggest club, in my opinion, in the world. If Ronaldo was there as well, look, you couldn't blame anyone going to Real Madrid. Massive, massive club. And he would have had all the money to spend in the world. So he probably could have bought the Tottenham team with him. So I think it was quite a big thing. I think it's always special, and obviously he is from Argentina, so his native language is Spanish. I actually think he would have been perfect over there.
What do you make out of these next comments? It says, How do you measure what works or not? Only the one who wins or the one who exceeds expectations? After the Champions League final, 4 years in the top four, 2 years without a signing, a different management strategy was needed. Sometimes the vision of the coaching staff is not accepted by the club's management. We anticipate what could happen. You need to fall, be down, then go up. But Tottenham made the decision to separate from us after 5.5 years. I understand it was a long, long time. What do you make out of those comments?
I'm not sure. It's the lost in translation bit that sort of confuses you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. What do you? He's right though, essentially.
But then he goes on to further say that he felt that Levy should have backed him more, and he felt that he earned the need to be backed. You know, he said he was going on to mention 2 years without a signing. So obviously there's something there.
Exactly. I think honestly, you and I, we weren't in the board meetings. We have no idea what really went on. It's difficult. It's really difficult, and I feel really bad. Obviously, he says he just wasn't backed. He's just come out and said what we all knew, which was he wasn't backed, and that's why. If Jose is not back this summer, I give up. I really, really do.
I mean, if Jose's not going to be back this summer, we know that for a fact. We know we're selling off scraps this season. You know, we need to sell before we buy and all that kind of stuff. So the pandemic came at the even worse time for us, but we weren't spending before the pandemic. So, I mean, that one season, but Poch was sacked within months after that.
Yeah, and obviously the news about Ndombele might be on his way out as well.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. I can't see Daniel Levy letting that happen.
That's what I said. Spend 60 million on him, he's not going to take a loss.
Yeah, I just can't see it.
Although, look, if we did get Milan Skriniar in return, I think it's a really good deal.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean, him and Toby would be such a partnership.
Exactly, he's a really good centre back.
I would put that in probably the top defence in the Premier League, bar Liverpool, maybe.
I don't see why. I don't know why we don't just go and give them some money for Skriniar. Forget Ndombele. They've got such a big squad and they spend so much money. Inter. I reckon we could get him at a cut price. But
apparently they want to get rid of him anyway.
The Poch quote's obviously very sad to hear, I think. A man who did so much for this club, and it's sort of the reason we're able to sit here and be disappointed with Europa League is because of Poch.
But it just stems from everything that we know and that we've been talking about over the past year. The problem wasn't Pochettino. The problem's not Jose Mourinho. The problem wasn't Harry Redknapp. The problem wasn't Andre Villas-Boas. The problem stems from the top.
Exactly.
And we all know that.
There isn't really much we can do.
Yeah.
I really think that we are only essentially a few players away from being a top side.
We're always only a few players away from being a top side.
Yeah, we need fullbacks, centre half, striker, backup striker. I'm not saying 300 million needs to be spent. Well, I wouldn't mind.
But yeah, I mean,
that's great. As angry and as disappointing it is seeing Arsenal win that trophy yesterday. Look, they've been appalling for the last couple of seasons. They finished 10th this season. They lost to us. They finished 8th. Because I thought they finished 10th. But wherever they came, it was pretty appalling. And they still won a trophy. And it's sort of getting it's at the point where you see all the celebrations. They don't care that they finished 8th. They've got a trophy. And it's what we need now. Big time.
It's definitely what we need. But would you take winning the FA Cup next season and not getting Champions League?
What instead of getting Champions League, no trophy?
No, exactly. Either get Champions League for the season after or win the FA Cup. You know, which one would you prefer?
I'd probably prefer the FA Cup.
Really? You think? I just think that's a bit short-sighted. You know what I mean? You win the FA Cup, great, but look at Arsenal. They've won 4 FA Cups in the last 6 years. Has it changed anything in their club? If anything, they've got worse and it's just papered over cracks.
But then what if we don't? Okay, so let's say we did get Champions League and didn't win a trophy next year, and then we don't win a trophy the year after that.
You know what?
That would make
pulling power. You need to be in the Champions League to have that pulling power and to get that money in the door. and then trophies should come your way.
Well, yeah, they should, but they don't. It's tough. It's tough, bro. It's a difficult situation. It really is.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult question. I think you'd have the whole Spurs fan base split in half over that question.
I think if you're talking about an FA Cup or a League Cup, I don't think it's valid. But if you're talking about a title or a Europa League trophy, then obviously I prefer them. But an FA Cup or a League Cup, as much as I would love to win one, it's not the be-all and end-all.
Oh, honestly, I know that, but I really would take a Carabao Cup at this point. It's so we've won one trophy since like 2008. It's not good enough.
I know that, but it should not be the factor riding over everything. Like, oh, we need to win an FA Cup or we need to win a League Cup just because Arsenal have won 4 out of the last 6. You know what I mean? I'd much prefer having a good team and going for title challenges, going for the top 4 spot, trying to win the European competitions, trying to win the league.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But we're not going to win the league. We're not going to win the Champions League. We might win the Europa League with a bit of luck. We might get in the top 4 if everyone else is appalling. I don't think
so. I think we can get in it with Jose Mourinho at the helm. If we get the right signings in the right positions, there's no reason why we can't.
I think it's difficult to have this conversation at the start of the transfer window.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think we have to wait and see who we get in, and maybe also in the first few weeks of September, see how well we start the season, the style of play. Is it going to be the same as what we saw this year, etc.? I think there's a lot of questions to be answered and a lot of things to be seen, and it's difficult. And it obviously yesterday's a painful one for us, but we have to sort of just hope that we've got it right in Jose. And I mean, Arteta's won more in 6 months than Poch did in 5 years.
Yeah, ultimately, that's the fact, isn't it?
That is literally right. That is it. That's a fact. So,
all right, Slav. Look, I'm going to let you go and enjoy the rest of your holiday now. Sorry for stressing you out for the last 10, 20 minutes.
It's all right. I'll go and relax. I'll go sit by the pool, relax.
All right, you enjoy yourself. Thanks for coming on and joining me.
Thanks, even the players also need a break after a season, but so do we, Ben.
Yeah, 100%.
The stuff 100%. What they put us through. Just enjoy my post-season break.
Yeah, I'm going to go away next week and enjoy the sun. Enjoy the rest of your holiday. Like, subscribe, and comment. Tell me anything that you thought of during this video. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs.